to the Velvet Room, a space for an open conversation about Black love, marriage, religion, and generational wealth. Sit back and relax and be prepared for a real discussion and open conversation. Like and subscribe.
What up, everybody? How you doing?
Hello. Hey.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
What's up, fam?
All right. Sorry, everyone. We had some technical difficulties. We're running a little late. But you're going to get a good show either way. Cool.
Yeah.
What's everybody been doing?
Excellent. It's
Doing great, man.
How is the weather down there in Florida, E? It's like cold, icy, and snowy here. What's going on down there?
Oh, wow. I know I've seen the weather here. The highest today was 70 degrees. The lowest is 54. We did have some rain and some hard winds, but nothing like what you guys have. Ooh.
7 degrees sounds nice right about now.
Got some hot, cold. Yeah, 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Lucky you. We got some, what you call it? Some fake snow.
We got some slush.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all not gonna be disrespectful. We got real snow.
We got
Everybody
real
in
snow.
the whole state of North Carolina took off. Yes, I'm sorry if that's not what y'all used to. We celebrate snow days down here in North Carolina. That was a good snow day. We got a good
I
return.
know that's
No,
right.
snow day's supposed to be.
Snow when
I
you
know
went.
that's right.
Yeah, well,
Snow day's supposed to be during the week, I thought.
I
It's a
know,
snow day,
right?
not the weekend.
It's fine. It's North Carolina. We'll be closed down till Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
right. You are
I'm good.
absolutely right. I
What's
got a
up,
hair appointment
Denise?
tomorrow. I
What's
need
up,
them to get this
Denise?
together. Let's clear these roads, please.
No, don't rush them. They are home safe. Them
Hey,
roads are
Felicia.
good.
What's up, Felicia?
Hey, Felicia.
So what y'all do this weekend? Anything new?
What did I do? Let's see. Oh, I had a great time celebrating Founders Day. You know, my sorority,
Mhm.
January 15th. So that was a big day.
Okay.
Yesterday was lots of fun.
You see the thing I sent you?
Okay. That's
Sent
what's
me?
up.
Well, in the inbox about the Delta thing.
That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
That was.
Was sent to.
Oh,
Why they had to put that lady head on her body? That was, I was like, man, that's bad.
listen, it's like that for any sorority. Listen, when they retire, honey, all they have to do is the organization. They be killing it. Stay fly.
That is funny.
Yeah,
It
they
was
do.
hilarious.
So, while you watch it, please go ahead and share to your page. Please share to your page before we get started. And hey, Miss Dees, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Nice to have you back.
Good.
You missed a good show last week.
I believe it 100%. I believe it. I guess I'm going to have to get to 411 later.
Oh, no word. No, we're going to do part 2, so you can be right in it.
Okay, that works.
Right in the midst.
All right.
Yeah, which
Wednesday.
is why she hears today. Yes.
Yeah, so
I'm
we get to pray on
ready.
you today.
I would like to say happy holiday to everybody. Happy holidays to everybody.
Martin
And
Luther
to you
King.
as well. Same to you guys.
Matter of fact, trick
No,
question.
happy holiday meaning this is a day we never seen before.
True.
That's
Never
right.
thought about that
Today
way.
is a new
That's
day.
true.
Happy holiday.
Right. That's right.
Right. Trick question before we get started. What year was Martin Luther King holiday founded or started?
Last year.
1983.
And I'm being funny.
I'm guessing, but that's 1980 something.
When it was officially
Mhm.
recognized as a holiday?
Yeah. Well, hold up, Diesel. You cheating. You looking down. No.
sure am.
No.
Google it, baby.
I
Google
tried
it.
so hard not to look
Google it,
that up,
baby.
Lisa.
That's right.
She looking down trying
It's
to pay
like
it off.
mid 19
1986.
1986.
1986.
I was going to say 1980, something like that. They must have cheated. Cheaters never win.
They get ahead
1986,
sometimes.
They can't get ahead.
I did
Unfortunately,
I did
right.
I mean, hey,
Hopefully, I don't
ask
think they're supposed
them
to go
that
far.
before.
what you say now?
What you say, E?
Yeah, I did a research on that before.
So what's the
Yeah, 1986, right? I did a research on that before.
Okay.
Hmm.
1986.
Now,
I just did
now
my
the real
research
question
like a couple
is
seconds ago.
that when it was you said a couple seconds ago, is that when it was officially a federal holiday, recognized as a federal holiday?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't feel like it's still really recognized as a
Yeah, it
official holiday.
it was observed on the third Monday of January, which was first celebrated in 1986. Yeah.
Got it.
Do y'all feel like it's
Have y'all
really-
ever been to his house before, where he grew up in?
No.
I have.
Where's it at?
I've been to the church in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. I've been to Atlanta.
Georgia, Atlanta.
Georgia.
It's in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
It's not far
Mhm.
from the King, the
It's
actual
pretty-
King Center.
pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Wait, you said it's not far from where, Danielle?
Yeah.
From the actual King Center. That's in
Oh,
Atlanta.
okay.
It's not far
Okay.
from there.
I got put on my to-do list when I go to Atlanta because I never knew that. If I would have
Mhm.
been done that. Yep. Okay, so we're gonna get started.
Yeah.
But before I do, let me introduce everybody to the cast. I have on my right is actually my left. On camera's right. See, I can get my damn directions right. So I got to point this way, but on camera you actually this way. So, all right. So we got Miss Katisha, basically the one in the middle at the top. Let me just put it to you that way.
That's
Hello,
right.
everybody. More brown sugar.
All right now.
What?
All right.
What's up?
And next to her, I got Miss Danielle on the far end at the top. What's up, Danielle?
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
The whole beauty boss.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
right.
What's up?
That's right.
And right up under her, we have Miss Faith. You gotta have faith.
Gotta have
Gotta have
faith.
Gotta
faith.
have faith.
Yeah.
Other way,
That
baby.
way,
Other
that
way.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Hey. Oh, you just hit me
Yeah.
across the head.
Look at that karma when he keep freezing. That's karma.
And right in the middle, I got the one and no
I keep
other
freezing.
than Mr. Eric D.
Eric.
What's up,
Eric.
everybody? Hey, what's
Yeah.
up? Spreading
Yeah.
out love.
Spreading love.
Spreading love.
And right up under me, I got Miss Deezer. How you doing?
Great. Glad to be
What's up?
back. Yes. I'm glad to be back with
Do it
everybody.
again, Eric. Do it again.
What's he
That was a
doing?
good freeze.
All right. Oops. All right.
There you go.
I'm freezing now.
Every now and then.
Man, what's up with me freezing?
That's why you freezing. That's that going around, coming around.
Rain
You
freeze.
picked on me so much, you're getting it back.
Wow.
Look.
I apologize.
It's all right.
That's okay.
So go ahead and get started. And first off, I'm going to
Please
see what's on
forgive
you guys' mind. It's anything that pisses you off. Now, usually during the week, I can think of a lot of things that piss me off. When I get on air, it's like I can't think of nothing. So for the guys, people out there watching, if you have anything you want to get off your chest, anything that pisses you off, this is your time to just let it out. So here we go.
I got
Is it
one.
anything this week? Okay, Ms. Daniel, what you got? What pisses you off?
I hate when there's all this excitement and preparation for a snow day, and then in the grocery store is full of folks emptying shelves, and then you wake up in the morning, it's just a dust,
Yeah,
and then
You
the
got a
dust
teaspoon.
is turning rain.
a teaspoon of snow Right.
Yep,
I had
that's
to I
it.
had to go to 3 stores to find some eggs. Like, so
Yeah.
listen, just
Wow.
get your regular
Wasn't a grit
weekend.
in the store.
Just get your regular groceries. It's gonna be gone soon. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
Why do y'all
Yeah.
get eggs? I
that
never
pisses
understood
me
that.
off.
Exactly.
No, this is just my regular grocery
Listen,
routine.
eggs.
I can't find
Mine
eggs
too.
Yeah.
to have
Exactly.
breakfast on the weekend. So
Yeah.
this one time I can actually prepare a nice hot
Well, I'm
breakfast.
so sorry. You were supposed to go to the store. Our governor, my governor, Roy Cooper, said we're in a state of emergency and prepare
And we're
yourself.
not.
I'm so
We're not.
sorry. I'm so sorry that us North Carolinians are reasonable, responsible citizens, and we went ahead and
Lord have
prepared.
mercy.
Don't be hating
Miss
on our
Chris-
snow.
Miss Crystal
Lord,
Davis said
okay.
buying unnecessary
Okay.
stuff. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Listen,
So-
some of
That's
these
year
Yeah.
round. That's not with snow.
It wasn't a
Hey,
hot
hey,
milk bun on
hey.
the shelf.
Hey, did y'all catch that? Hey, did y'all catch what Faith said?
No.
Did y'all catch
She
that?
do that all
That
the
she
time.
said, Faith said, really saying y'all can come to her house to eat.
Oh.
because she's
I
well
missed that part.
stocked.
Cause she got a stockpile.
I didn't hear that part. You sure that was me?
No, what I heard was she
I
was
heard-
one of the people that's
Yeah,
buying a bottle of
that
stuff
was
from the
the
store.
implied.
That's what
the
I heard.
implied.
Yeah.
No, I was buying different stuff. But to be honest, I've been out to the
And
store
you can
twice
come
today,
to-
so and they had everything I needed.
That's a good one, Danielle.
All right.
That's it.
Anything else? Anybody else got anything that's something that pisses you off? Something to get off your mind?
Yeah. You know, I ain't got nothing against people wearing Crocs. I ain't got nothing against it. But when
Hey,
you look on the
Felicia.
basketball court and in PE, and that's all people are playing in is Crocs, and then
Yes.
when I juke you on the court, you get mad because you wearing Crocs that is not meant to be basketball or PE shoes. Come
Yep.
on now.
Goodness, I hate
Yep.
them Crocs.
Zero ankle
What's up with that?
stability.
Everybody
They're
wearing
asking.
Yes.
Crocs for everything.
Yes.
Danielle,
yes, for
read the comment
everything.
that Felicia said.
Yes, my job asked me today, was I coming to work tomorrow? I said no. Then he had the nerve to ask how much snow you got at job. I'm like, really?
It's the roads. They bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
I would have hung
Yeah.
up
But
on him.
listen, even
That's
just
funny.
here in Durham, I even saw some posts on Facebook earlier that people like were pissed off, like we only got a teaspoon of snow, and they showed pictures, but on my side of town it was vastly different. Like my grass was covered, the roads were covered in white. So it really could depend on what side of town you're on,
Very
you know,
true, very
from
true.
some perspective. So
Right.
You're right. You're
I
Absolutely.
right.
really had a dusting on my side of Durham, and then I got
Some
a
jobs
layer
may-
of water that is gonna be ice tomorrow
Yeah,
morning. on
right.
top of
Oh,
that
wow.
dust.
it's been white outside of my door all morning and all afternoon, just like
Mhm.
white
Right.
snow and then ice
Oh,
on
no,
top.
Felicia,
And
of it.
you
ice
need to
as
stay
well.
home.
Yeah.
She got an hour
Mhm.
drive. I don't care what it looks
She
like.
got an
outside
hour
your
drive.
house.
Yeah,
At
no.
I don't
night.
know.
Some
So,
jobs are
Mm-mm.
requiring you to take a
Not
picture.
doing
Take a picture outside your door.
Yeah. They actually
Listen,
Some
ask
jobs
you that
require
an
you to
hour
take a picture
Felicia.
drive.
outside your door and then send it to
No,
your
Felicia,
supervisor.
that's
Yeah.
a good one. But Felicia, that's one time I used to use that masculine versus feminine energy. I'd be like, my husband said, "Hey, I can't go." Look,
Yeah.
challenge my husband then. That ain't the smoke you want.
Now
They
you wrong for that
always
one.
back down. My
Yeah.
I
You wrong
say
for that
no. My significant other says it's not safe out there,
Right.
and it's usually the end of the discussion. You gonna take that
Yeah.
up with my boo? Probably not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use that one and just plain no.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be there.
But listen,
Both
he
of them
wasn't
work.
gonna challenge another man's energy. He just like, nah.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, let me know.
I just let you know though. It was no.
Right.
Look,
No.
But
Oh,
okay.
you using
he
him.
But
said
okay.
no.
You using his
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it works every time. When I had one and when I don't have one, it works.
Mhm. Right. Right.
Single honey, no husband. Here, I took a picture. She said,
Single,
what?
single honey, no husband. Here, I took a picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody's got anything that pisses you off? Anything you want to get off your mind?
Gosh.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that pisses me off when
What
people.
pisses you off?
when people in your family count your money as theirs. That pisses me off.
Usually
How
children
they
do
count
that.
your
Or
money?
you do a child.
No. It ain't the I mean, the children do, but no. When grown-ups, it don't piss me off anymore when the children do it because they see how you roll. They understand when it's an uptick and like, oh, we could spend a little bit this week. But when other grown-ups that are outside of your threshold, trying to count your money, so that pisses me
Ooh,
off.
it's the story behind that one, honey. Good.
Oh yeah, you just left off vacation. I know you gotta let me hold something. I just left off vacation, so no, I don't got it.
I ain't got it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't got it.
Felicia
I don't
said they
have
like
it
to
22.
spend it for you.
Yeah.
Count it.
Yeah.
Like, I know you can let me hold something. No, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you catch that.
My husband said no.
Yeah, there's another one. Right. Exactly.
Or I
Yeah.
gotta have that top
And
of my
people
head.
have to realize that no is healthy. It's
Oh,
healthy.
Right,
Say
yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely.
Depending on what it is. I mean, it can be healthy depending on what it is.
You said what, Anthony?
We need
I
to
say it
get
can be
comfortable
healthy
with this
depending on what it
thing.
is.
What telling
Oh,
other
yeah.
people no?
Just
Uh-huh.
say
Yeah.
no. Without explanation. No.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into, anyone got anything? Anything you want to get off the chest? Before we
I
move
wish
on?
I did. I don't have anything though. I wish I did.
I'm gonna start writing this stuff down because I come across a lot of stuff every day. I guess there's something wrong with me. I guess if I find so many things that pisses me off, right?
No, nothing's wrong.
It
Yeah.
happens to be like
Maybe
that.
just a little bit.
Self-reflection is a strength.
When people look, when people pull out in front of you, you rolling down a 45-mile per zone, stretch your road, and they pull out 25, and they kick up the speed of 35. Like, bruh,
That is
you
true.
you
That
you
one.
saw me coming. Now I got to
Right.
break. It's disrespectful. Just wait. Let me
Like that.
pass.
Yeah.
And you look in your rear view mirror, and there's
Yeah.
nothing behind you, so you could have waited 30 seconds.
Yeah. And then you
Everybody's in
get
a hurry.
at the same light, and both of y'all, he's
Or-
rushing so fast
or-
to get somewhere and end up at the same light you're at. Like, what? You did all of that to end up still where I'm at?
Or you
Nice karma.
on
What you said,
35
Eric?
mile per hour road and you going 44. You going 44 on the road, and then people behind you like you should be going faster. But the speed limit is 35. I'm going 44. Why you trying to push me for me
Right.
to get a ticket? I'm
I
not
would
gonna
agree.
do
I
it.
would agree.
Sometimes I just be like this.
Driving?
Purpose.
I be
Yeah.
just like this.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Hey,
hey, I ain't moving.
I'm one of those
It's
people.
one-
I
They
have
got
to
a
check
lane for you.
myself. Yeah.
They got a lane for you on the other side.
Not another. Not move
The
over.
slow lane.
Then they need to stay out my lane then. How about that? Get out my lane.
Ooh, get out my lane. Now,
Go back
Danielle,
over
that
there.
can be used for several different things. Get out my lane.
Absolutely.
I'm taking it from the
You-
perspective of the person behind them.
Katisha, what were you going to say? Something you going to say? Something.
I don't know why I'm
No,
freezing.
I was gonna say.
Am I freezing?
Not at this second, but you were for like a minute. It's okay. Welcome back.
Oh my goodness.
What I was getting ready to
Ooh.
say was what E had mentioned about he stops and slows. He's not pressured to move on. I'm sometimes that person's behind you, like, can you please get the H on? But then I see the speed limit, like, oh, okay. He already going about 10 over. Let me fall back.
So
Let me see.
really you should be thanking the person.
It's a reminder. I thank you when I'm not in a rush to get somewhere. Other than that, move.
Yeah.
That part.
All right, so check this out. The subject of today is going to be part 2 of masculine and feminine energy. This is always a good topic. I don't think it ever gets old. But before we do this, let's go ahead and find what's going on with Hot Topics. Here we go.
And now it's time for the news. Hot topics. Hot topics.
Yo, what's going on, party people? Thank you for tuning in for the Velvet Hot News, Hot Topic. Yeah, I got 6 hot topics. I'm gonna move right along. Yo, the first hot topic for tonight is in the early morning of Friday, about 4 a.m. If you was out on the road, you might have saw Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish, she was arrested in Georgia and is now facing a DUI because she
All the
wanted
money
to
she
try
got,
to
she
get
couldn't
where
get
she was
nobody
I
going.
hate it.
to
I
drive
hate
her or catch an Uber or Lyft. All the money.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
I
man.
hate it.
Celebrities, you have
4
to do better, celebrities. And she smiled like a nice smile while taking her
Mug
her
shot.
jail shot.
Yeah.
A mud
Her
shot.
jail
Yeah,
shot.
she was smiling up something like, yeah, that's what it is.
Well, she
Yeah,
was
didn't
lit.
stay in
She
jail
was-
long.
Oh, right. She was lit. She
Yeah,
probably would be
and
smiling, right?
And they, yeah, she was
Well, how
lit, 'cause
lit? Did they
she
say how
she's
much?
been smoking marijuana.
Oh,
How
they
much
said
what?
that too as well.
Yeah, that she was
She
smoking
was?
as well, had marijuana.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but most of the celebrities out there, that's what they doing, as well as athletes. So they have to be careful.
As well as the people in
because-
your neighborhood,
Yeah, it's all
Well,
over.
people at your job site.
It's all over.
People,
colleagues,
the
yeah.
people on the show.
Yeah, people on the show.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I mean,
Is
not
it
this
you?
show, but I'm
Not
just
this
saying.
one,
Is
not
it
A
you?
show, a show.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay,
not me.
okay.
Just in case the FBI watching, not this show, but
Yeah.
another show.
Yeah.
Back in the day, maybe.
Yo, moving on to topic number 2. Yo, sometimes being a hero, is a thankless job. According to one woman, she said Nelly, he was at the bowling alley and he lost a duffel bag of money, $300,000.
Get out of here.
A woman had found the duffel bag and returned it back to Nelly. And her Nelly awarded her $100. So that's why her friends are clowning her for returning $300,000 and only getting $100 for returning the bag. It's a video where it was recorded. The sound and everything, the moment of the exchange, but they was clowning her for only getting $100.
I don't know how he could have the courage. to
Come
even
on,
do
Nelly,
that,
you
really.
could at least get
Yeah.
her.
So
Yeah, like,
Come on
if
now.
that was you,
Yo,
if that was you, and you saw that bag, you return it.
yeah.
He probably
You
would.
Well, I would
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
kept
I was
the
about to
bag
say, he would
until
say
I
that.
found out who it was, who it belongs to.
yeah.
And then once I found out, I would have been bitter. I would have returned it, but I would have been bitter for only getting $100.
If
would've
I was
been really
expecting
bitter.
money, I would have definitely verbalized after he handed me $100. If I was expecting money and he gave me some money, I wouldn't have mind of setting something preceding him giving me $100.
Damn,
I would have added on.
$100,000, you giving me $100? That's what
Yeah, and
you
say it. And say
I'm
it.
thinking
Well,
at least.
bro.
I was thinking at least a G. Like at
At least,
$1,000.
you're right. At least.
Yeah, yeah.
At
Now,
least
granted,
five
the
or
money
10.
is his.
And the money, obviously,
Yeah,
he's
5 or 10 would have
mean,
been
money-
appreciative.
you just leaving it around.
Right.
Yo,
And
he
again,
counted
the
his
money is
just like
his,
if he
it's
just
his
said she pissed off
choice.
about-
But like, damn,
But you know what though? If you read between the lines, $300,000 in a duffel bag, maybe it wasn't his. Like that's kind of odd for you to be told, and then you ain't keep up with it. Like really?
Yeah,
At a
exactly.
bowling
He
alley.
clearly wasn't concerned with it.
Sometimes you
That
can't.
way,
But
if
here's
he
the
missed
thing.
it,
If
I'm
it
sitting on
wasn't
it.
his, he
moving.
videoed it. So you looking crazy.
Yeah.
You a
Hey,
clown.
hey, you think that's
Now he
something?
trying to say it
Listen
wasn't
to this
his.
third topic. You think this is something? Listen to this third topic. It was a woman that had a consensual encounter with Drake. Drake the rapper. Afterwards,
Another
he went
woman?
to the bathroom. Yes, another woman. Afterwards, he went to the bathroom to dispose of the condom. Before he disposed of it, he put hot sauce in it. Where after he came out of the bathroom, the woman went in there. The woman went in there and tried to insert it inside of her so she can get pregnant. And she
Well,
started
that's why he put hot
screaming.
sauce.
She started screaming. So he wondered what was going on, went in the bathroom, and that's what she was doing.
Why did he just
So-
flush it?
women, you have to really be.
He put the
come
hot
on now.
sauce
Is
in
it
there for
worth
that
doing
reason.
Well, hold on. Wait a minute.
He wanted to see. He
He
because
wanted to see if
again, like
she
you
was gonna
said,
be that
he
girl.
could he
Mhm.
could have flushed it, but that was a test. He was trying to see if she was gonna, like Danielle said,
Yeah,
was she that chick? Can I trust her?
yeah.
She failed.
I'm
the
sorry.
test.
Yeah.
Think about the visual here. He carries some damn hot sauce in his damn pocket. He going to the bathroom and he just gonna do this right here. Like, I'm just thinking about the visual. Like, really? You taking all that? Like,
Well, maybe he a celebrity. Maybe he had to take whatever.
When
You know,
you
he got
worth
caught
a
up.
lot of money.
wait.
He got caught up with
Wait.
the last
That might have
one.
been how
Why
he
did
got
she
the
not
first
think
child.
that condom didn't look right? That's the other thing.
That's
like,
what I was sitting here thinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
she mad.
absolutely.
Oh,
I guess maybe it was
Yeah.
a colorful one.
She
Yeah.
ain't care.
That's
She was
that's
trying
I
to get
didn't
that seed.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that a true? Is this real?
if it's doing a celebrity, more than likely it's probably
Yeah.
true. Because we were doing some
Yeah,
crazy
no, it's
stuff.
true.
yeah.
But
And
we were
here's the
groupies.
thing:
Yeah.
he could have had it camouflage. Like spicy stuff comes in different colors, so
Yeah.
it didn't necessarily have
Yeah.
to be red.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Because that was like a clear indicator that something is
So,
wrong.
But anyway,
Yeah.
moving on to topic number.
Nasty.
Felicia says nasty.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
There's some idiots
Moving on
out
to
here. I tell
topic
you
number
what.
4. You know your boy Steve Harvey. Your boy Steve Harvey got a new show. I don't know if you all seen it. He's a judge now on a TV show. You know, a lot
Yeah,
of
I saw
people,
that. It's
a lot
pretty
of
good,
celebrities getting these judge show. Yeah, it's pretty good, but he got into some trouble
What?
on the show
Already?
already on his second episode.
No.
Yeah, ABC is not pleased with, with him calling. I think it was a gentleman up there. He said, "Man, you about to be the stupidest person I know," and so ABC didn't like the fact that he was calling the man stupid. But anybody know a comedian? He has said that on Family Feud. He said on a lot of different other
Everywhere.
episodes. That's just a comedian. That's just Steve Harvey, and it comes with him.
He's
So
a
for
good
you to
comedian,
tell
too. Like,
him
he don't really
what
mean
not
nobody
to
no
say
harm, really.
sometimes. Yeah,
But did you
and he
listen
apologized
to?
to the guy. He said you're not really, at the end he was like, you're not really stupid. You just did a dumb thing, pretty much. So ABC didn't like it, but anyway.
And here's the thing. Listen to the station you said ABC. Look at all those other judge shows, like when Judge Joe Brown and all them was on. What is that? The CW. He called people stupid, dumb, and crackheads every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They
Yeah,
sure
do.
did. Yeah.
Yes, they do.
But again, consider the network.
The station. Yeah. ABC
Yeah.
is known for a family network.
I never thought about it
So-
that way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right.
Mm.
Number 5 coming at you. Y'all give it up for the most famous civil rights activist and poet, the first Black woman to be featured on a quarter, Maya Angelou.
What? Are
She
you
was
serious?
Notable for her.
Yes, I saw
Are y'all
that.
That
serious?
she's gonna be featured on a
Yep.
quarter. It's already been distributed out to
It's already
different
been
banks and
minted.
stuff.
And she's
make
from
sure
North
you
Carolina.
go and get yours.
North Carolina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Matter of fact, they said it was going to start between now and 2026. That they was going to do 5 notable women each year. To
What about men?
2026 to feature them on a quarter.
It's great for the women, but what about men too?
Talking about women because that's the
Mm.
yeah. They didn't say anything about that. They
Yeah,
just-
well, I
So-
don't know. And
This-
these are Black women, right? Black women.
Obama need to be in the
Don't
corner.
forget our
Did they have-
man.
No,
Did they have him on the corner?
no. They're different. They're different race. Because they
just
announced
gonna be
one
women.
female. I think she was Asian for what
Okay.
she did. I didn't get that information, but it's gonna be different women.
Okay, got
Oh
you.
wow.
It's a beautiful picture of Maya Angelou too. So you got to go out on Google and search
check
it.
it out.
It's a beautiful.
So basically, probably
photo.
one of the coins is not going to be in circulation, right? Probably like everybody gonna get it and keep it. It's never gonna be circulating that much, probably.
Probably if you get your hands on it.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
But I got one more topic for you. I want to give it up to a foster dad who went into the foster home when he was age 12, along with his siblings. He had 9 siblings. He went into the foster home at age 12, where as he got older, I think when he turned 29, he adopted three boys, and they were siblings. And he didn't feel, and he found out that they had sisters, and so he couldn't rest at night until he had the other two. So he finally got it approved, and he adopted all 5 children, all 5 siblings, because he did not want to see them apart because of what he went through growing up. So I give it up to this young man named Robert Carter, who persevered until he had all 5 children because he didn't want to see the same thing for him. So give a hand to this young man for doing such an outstanding job, keeping
Black
siblings
man doing
together.
positive things.
Right.
Wow.
And there was an older man that had done that too. I believe, I don't remember where he was located, but he had maybe in his 70s. And he was adopting children, taking a lot of the children in, and he was tired and wanted to retire, from doing it. But he just had that heart to keep on taking them in if they needed it. So you see, hopefully this will become a trend. Get our babies. Anybody that needs it, just bring them in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you all for listening. Yo, Anthony, back to you. See y'all next week. We're Hot Topics.
That was good, Eric.
All right, Eric.
A lot of good stuff. So check this out. We're going to get to the topic of the day. And this is one of the uncomfortable conversations, but healthy at the same time. And masculine and feminine energy. And the last episode I thought was a good one. We didn't really get into the topic like we should have. But as a result, we had one member that decided that he wasn't going to just leave us like that.
Hey, Jimmy!
Yay! I like that psychedelic stuff you got going on in the background.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying
Come
to
on,
hypnotize
Savage.
y'all.
Like you tripping.
I'm trying to hypnotize you.
All right. So let's go. Let's get the boxing
Wait a
gloves
minute.
ready.
Let me just say,
Okay.
this whole time I'm sitting up here, I'm like, Jimmy is coming on this show tonight.
Yeah.
Is that right?
I'm glad to see you, Jimmy.
Good to see all of you.
Tonight.
So
Sing it.
I'm gonna
Boys
say
to men.
something. Masculine, feminine energy. Last time I actually listened to some of the show, and Jimmy, you said a couple things really stood out to me, and I never really thought about it. But I wanted to ask you. Well, you made a statement that women need to stay in their feminine, and I know how I felt when you said that. I'm just thinking I felt, it's like when you start on your tippy toes, like, okay, this is kind of touchy right here. But I noticed when you said it, it didn't register later. I think that on this show, we're all giving our different opinions, but I realized if you just listen, it might not register then, but everyone really has a point. What I realized when it comes to masculine energy is that it's very dangerous. Testosterone is very dangerous. Usually, you made another statement that masculine. If a woman comes to a man masculine, he has no choice but to match her with that. I didn't get it at the time. I heard you, but I think you're right. I think that women with the estrogen, y'all just here to balance us out. And I looked at, when you see there's a fight in the club, it's always the dudes. I mean, do women get in fights in the club? Yes, they do. But it's like there always got to be a dude shooting. And I think that when it comes to testosterone and masculine energy, it's very dangerous whether women decide to go masculine or men do. But when he said y'all have to stay in your feminine, I look at it like a battery. A battery doesn't have two positives. It don't have two negatives. It has a positive and a negative. Absolutely. And we are here to balance us out. So when y'all do go masculine, I thought what Jimmy said, that does call us to get even more masculine, at least it should. But masculine energy is very, very dangerous, what I think. And with y'all, like you said, staying your feminine, to kind of smooth us out, because we actually need that. But that's my take on that. Jimmy, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, that's what I said is what I meant. It's it's pretty much just help like saving people from a bad experience, misunderstanding, simple things like that. Because I've been in all those type of situations, and every day I work on myself for trying to critique myself in ways of trying to handle myself when it comes to that extra masculine energy.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just controlling it more. Sometimes, you got to be the bigger person and set it down.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
All right, anybody else want to say something?
Yeah.
Faith,
Relating to
Say-
the topic.
Faith. What would you say? Yo, put you on the spot, right?
Can't hear
I
you.
don't hear
Faith.
You on mute.
Can't hear
You're
Yeah,
on mute.
yeah, you definitely put me on the spot. I would say that is balance is ideal, but accountability belongs to all of us. And again, I won't say it was synonymous, but I think last week most of the women mentioned like having a space that will house that feminine energy. So men and women are different. We have our vulnerabilities. You guys are designed to protect your strengths, counterbalance our weaknesses, and our strengths counterbalance your weaknesses. So if there is a situation or anything where maybe you're not doing your part, or I'm off balance and not doing my part, then those energies are going to shift, and that's responsibility of both parts to kind of work on that. But if I'm honest, women are like genetically more emotional. So I honestly think it's more of the responsibility of a male to make sure that there is space and room for that energy. There's a vulnerability that comes with that, and it needs to have a certain space for it.
Right. Daniel, what you think?
I think last week we were all saying the same thing, and I think this is just kind of culminating it. But I kind of want to take this conversation to a different
Let's go.
direction.
Okay.
I think sexually, masculine and feminine energy show up, and depending on the person, masculine energy can be okay in the bedroom.
For the male.
That's where
What do you mean for both?
for both.
For both.
For both. Because if a woman is sexually aggressive, that's not the way we're supposed to be, in air quotes. But men like when women are sexually aggressive. So it's okay for us to have some level of masculine energy, right? At least that's my thought process.
Yeah.
I'm curious what other people think as it relates to sex in these two battling energies.
Go ahead.
I agree with Danielle. That was one of the things I was hoping that we would get to when I mentioned last week that it depends on the situation or the context of what's going on when, masculine and feminine energies are, more prevalent. And I agree with Danielle that, of course, I guess by nature, most people would think that men are typically the more aggressor, or I would say assertive, because aggressive can have a negative connotation. But again, it depends on that woman's, men aren't the only ones that like to be assertive and more or less, I won't say aggressive in the bedroom. It can be a lot of fun. And it depends on, again, the woman, the energy that she's feeling at this time. And I'll be honest, I'm speaking about myself. It just depends on, okay. So it can be a great and excellent time because, again, I will say it depends on the guy. Some guys may feel like that's too much, may not be able to handle that level of energy. But I think when it's like that, it's not necessarily the woman's issue. Is his insecurity at that point to be able to handle that level of energy or aggressiveness. But again, you got to figure out who you're working with and what works for who you with. Masculine energy or assertive energy from a woman in a bedroom can definitely be a fun time. I have fun. I'm sorry.
I'm really,
but you gotta know. But again, here's the thing: you gotta know how to pick up on when to shift that energy. It's not every single time. It's not all the time. It's not the entire time. You just gotta know when you're really connected to someone. You can pick up on when it's okay to shift to that energy, and when you need to kind of flip flop that energy. When you are really connected to someone emotionally, that thing is fire. You hear me? Because she can come in hot. And he kind of could let her, you know, and not that he's in any feminine energy, not saying it at all. He may just be a little bit more low key, a little bit more quiet, while hers a little bit more turned up. And then you just kind of rotate that thing.
More reserved.
More reserved, because the both of them are enjoying the energy that she's bringing at this time. And it's not, to mean that she has this energy. It doesn't mean that she's not soft or demure. It just means that she is a more a confident, maybe not be as aggressive, maybe a little bit more forceful or assertive, just depending on what you like, what you don't like. But she can also pick up when the energy shifts, when it's his turn, when the touch and the feel becomes like his masculine energy has left from being reserved to being, now he wants to be in control. I think that is optimal place to kind of demonstrate that masculine energy from a soft side.
And I would add that that energy doesn't necessarily come out with every man that woman might encounter.
Facts. That does not. It does not. It's the connection. It's definitely the connection that you have with the person that is safe to do that.
Absolutely.
And non-judging after. And not to expect that outside of the bedroom. Like, that's a place for it. You know what I mean? You have to understand it when it's okay.
Yeah.
I have a question about that.
How do men feel? I mean, y'all quiet. What do you think?
Wait. I think we need to let all the ladies go first, because this could be interesting.
Oh, Lord. Come on, though. Come on, y'all.
Diesel, what you got?
You know, I may not be the best at this particular time, because I'm also coming in on the last week's discussion. So I'm not speaking yet. I'm gonna let that go because I'm waiting till something comes in me to speak. I'm just getting everybody's input at this particular time.
Cool. Okay. So Eric, what you think?
Well, last week was a fiery topic, but I did some research, and there's a lot of definitions out there about feminine and masculine. But this is one that I didn't see until I started reading about it. Feminine energy is really a trait or a quality, a characteristic about a person. Masculine energy is considered expressed when you're working towards a goal, or you're making progress towards something, or you getting things done and you pushing forward. That is what I read about what is considered masculine energy. If you think about in the days, most men went to work, whatever case may be, the women stayed home. It was pushing forward, making things happen. And the feminine energy is expressed when you, with the flow of life, you embrace creativity. A lot of women have a lot of creativity, dance, play, and it's towards it's things that are just goes along with life. So again, and it's important that it's not associated with gender. Feminine and masculine is not really associated with gender. It's really associated with the drive, the motivation, the goal, the progress in which you're moving towards. And it says that a person should have, for people of all genders, both feminine energy and masculine energy are necessary to embody in order to feel like they are a complete person.
It's
So
that
I'm like,
yin yang.
wow, we got that all wrong. We got that, male against female. But I like the topic that we stayed on against man have been masculine associated with masculine, female associated with feminine. But we also said that it interchanges as well. You can have a little bit of both inside of you. So I thought maybe that was interesting to read about that, Anthony. And but it said there's a great joy in being able to let go and be flexible. Meaning, if you're masculine, it's okay to be feminine. It's okay to be playful. It's okay to dance. It's okay to be creativity, instead of always finding somebody who is hard charging and driving to meet goals. So what it's saying, let it down and become that feminine side, which is a more playful and relaxing. So I thought maybe that was a good twist.
Question, Danielle, and I heard you ladies talk about a woman being aggressive or masculine in the bedroom. So let's switch that. If a man was feminine in the bedroom, describe that for me.
I don't know what that looks like.
Why?
No.
See,
I don't know
that's
what
not
that
right.
looks like.
But here's the thing. This is what I want to say, Anthony. I don't
Well,
want to.
what about before you
guess,
get to that point? Before you get to that point, maybe
Huh?
that part. Maybe that
Elaborate,
question,
Eric.
Maybe
Well,
before
what
you
I was-
get
what
to
I
the
was getting-
bedroom.
what I was getting ready to say was, and I only piggyback saying masculine because usually the word masculine is associated with being in control of the situation, the leader in the situation.
Mhm.
For me, I wouldn't say I'm demonstrating masculine energy. I'm just being assertive in the time of the situation. And
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
not
assertive.
staying masculine. I'm assertive at that time and point because of a connection. I know when to back off and turn down and when to flip the role. But again, that's part of connection. That's part of who I am. Now, a
You're
man
showing
exhibiting
the trait of
the trait,
masculine
right.
energy in that moment.
in that moment. And it's one that's received. I'm not going and being forceful. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be forced. I'm not being more say dominant. It depends on what you're into. But that's not what I was trying to say. Just being assertive in the time. Now, a man being feminine in the bedroom, I don't know what that looks like. I don't, because that means that had to have show up some other time. And yeah, I don't have a definition of what that looks
I
like.
was gonna say,
That's-
based
that's-
on what Eric just said, that's just a man being playful and relaxed in that moment, based off of Eric's definition that he
Based
found
off
of
Eric, I guess-
feminine energy.
Yeah,
and if
but
that is the definition, I don't see a problem with a guy being playful and relaxed in a sexual situation.
Right now, I can roll with playful and relaxed. I am just, again, this is just me. I'm uncomfortable discussing a man feminine in the bedroom. That's
see
not
how y'all.
a
That's the
comfortable
part I'm
for me.
confused about because y'all
No, no.
bring it up.
No, don't be confused. I
Don't be
explained.
confused about me. I'm okay.
No. Don't be confused. I explained assertive is usually considered to be masculine. I didn't say I was being masculine in the bedroom. I know what I got. I know what I present. I know how, I present myself when that time is appropriate with whomever I am with. Again, I guess if we're
I thought you
using
froze.
Eric's one, no. I'm thinking. I'm trying to choose my words, and it's just because I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. A man doesn't have to be like rah. It's something about a quiet strength. So, just feminine in the bedroom, I don't know what that looks like. If he's just chilling and let me take in the role, is that what it is? Is that what you're trying to say, Anthony? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying that. See, I hear
No.
you ladies always say what you want us to be. But then from my point of view, I'm asking you if y'all could be that, which is the opposite. And then I say, okay, well, what about us being the opposite? It's like, no, that's a no-go.
No, I mean, you can be the opposite of what I'm being at the time. If I am being assertive and in control at the time, then
You can allow me to.
you can allow me that by being reserved and just going with the flow. That's not
Called
being.
balance.
I don't think that
Jimmy.
balance. Thank you, balance.
Jimmy, speak, man. Speak, talk.
Y'all use the masculine and feminine a lot.
And I would agree,
Oh.
Jimmy.
And I was gonna
I
say, can
agree.
we
I
not get
agree.
caught up in them terms
Yes.
and we focus on what the traits
Sex is
that
like
are
sex is sex.
encompassed within them?
Sex
I
is a
think
vibe.
that's what my thought process
It's a
was.
vibe.
Sex is a vibe.
Listen, it is,
It's-
but you know
it's
what?
like-
The word feminine comes from female, the word masculine comes from man. So what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Well, let's not use
But
that.
That's it.
we-
That's
we
what I'm saying. Like,
discussed
y'all get one
last
sided.
week
It's
that
like
there-
it's okay for us. It's like so it's okay. You won't okay. It's not that it's wrong, but you say you want the man to. It's okay for him to be the opposite. But if we try to meet the opposite, it rubs you the wrong way.
No,
Can I
I
interject?
think that's what
Go
we-
ahead,
No,
go ahead,
it-
go ahead, Faith. Faith, go
I
ahead.
think Faith. Go ahead, Faith.
No, I was just gonna say that assertiveness doesn't have a feminine. It's not a feminine or masculine trait. Assertiveness can be both. Sometimes we misassociate aggression, which is a toxic, hostile term, with masculinity, and then we want to assert or put assertiveness with masculinity. That does not have a role. So when I'm being assertive and I'm intimate, it's not changing whether I'm masculine or feminine. I'm being as feminine, if not more feminine, but I am taking on a trait that both a male and a female can have. I don't think assertion is masculine or feminine, and I don't think there's anything that a woman can do who's playing the woman role in the bedroom that's going to make her not feminine. I mean, that
Yeah, I
kind
think
of
you're- I see that, Faith.
I think
contradicts
we give
the.
words a lot of power, and aggression doesn't necessarily have to be a negative
Masculine, right.
description
Right.
of an
Right.
individual. whether it's
Webster
male or
says
female.
it is.
That's fine. That's fine what Webster says. But what I say in my living is it doesn't, we give power to the words that we use. And aggression doesn't have to be a negative trait of anybody. It has been used in that way, but it doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, it's definitely
And when
associated
it's
with
not
having a
that
negative-
way, it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't even know if I would even I hope what I say matches. I feel like when you're in that type of situation, I for myself wouldn't even term it at all. I would just be who I am at that particular time with no defining of who I am. And almost like Jimmy was using vibe. I don't know if that's correct, but I feel like it's just two energy forces in sync with each other at that particular time, with no definition of what he or she is. It just is. And that, whether it's assertive or whether it's whatever, I think that that's just two energies working together at that particular time in sync. The biggest thing is whether it works or not for that individual. But I kind of like, as I see myself, I don't ever even see myself as ever like terming it. It's just the act of two individuals together, and you know that your compassion is involved with that act. So for me, it's hard to kind of define it as being this or that, because it was never defined. It was just an act that two people did passionately, and that's how I've always taken it.
I like the way you put that, Disa. The key word was passionate, which brings up, a different level of energy. Absolutely. I can get with that.
But you know what? If the sex is good, to me, this is just my personal opinion.
Well,
He would have to be in his masculine, and she's in her feminine. I think it's just beautiful. I don't see it could be any other way. If you're yourself, I'm myself. I'm in my masculine, she's in her feminine. I don't think it could. If it's great sex, it matches. I don't think it could be the same. Positive,
well, I
negative.
said if it works, yeah, that's what I was terming, if it works or not. That's exactly what I kind of meant, because we all know that not all times that we engage in that, it is 100% satisfaction. That's not something,
Very
right?
true.
Yeah, we know, we've all experienced that. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't think sex is a
Let
good
me ask the
example,
question. Let me ask
Go
the
ahead.
question. Can you have masculine and feminine with the same gender?
Yes, that's yin yang. Yes, male.
So if you can have,
Yes.
if you can have masculine and feminine with the same gender, that lets you know that there's a soft side that can be in a gender which is considered feminine. I know most males don't want to associate with that feminine, but from the definition I gave, like I said, there's many definitions, and you can, and each one of us can be right based on the definition that each one of us have. And I just wanted to throw that question out there just to see how many will say that yes, you can be feminine with the same gender, or you can be masculine with two females.
If I remember correct, that's the XY chromosome. If I remember correct, and that lays within the man. If I remember correct, the female male is inside of male. He can operate, but that doesn't mean he conducts himself in a feminine way. You know what I
That makes
mean?
sense though, Diesel. That makes really good sense though.
It's just DNA. That's all.
Yeah.
It don't belong to me.
Yeah, but it goes back to the Bible though. How God said that.
Right.
So it just lines
And,
up. Yeah.
and just science itself. So the man, but he doesn't walk away. He's not walking around in a feminine manner or anything of that nature. He just has the two within himself. This just gets back to an understanding to me about our role as men and women, but we also have to understand that I hate to be that one. I'm just gonna say,
be that one.
That we've been through a lot. So we have been altered in our our perception of our. I'm talking about just community-wise. We've been through a lot. So our roles as men and women are altered. So if women seem to be more masculine nowadays, whether you check out the Asian woman, you will never see an ounce of masculine in her at all. So, and if you take another woman, like even an African woman, using her, you will barely see that. But you see now the American woman, us black, barely. Because when it comes to their men, wait a minute. When that African woman comes to her men, unless she is anchored, he has a role and she knows where to stay. So I say this to say, when it comes down to us, the only thing is that we've been through so much more than anybody else on the planet Earth. But if we were to compare ourselves to other women in other areas, there's not as much masculinity. But check it out. They're not running households on their own. They weren't broke up on their own. Their men are in their homes of their own. So things have changed so much. So now the men are seeing us as masculine role because we're taking on a masculine role. We literally are. We're running our households, and this is not to take from the men. Yeah. We're running our household. We're taking care of the children. We're ripping them up. We're paying the bills. And you take a life. We won't even talk about the hundreds of years. You take 160 years of that. Of course, the woman starts to alter.
Right.
She starts to alter.
She has to compensate for what's not there.
Right. Not taking anything away from us, but we've been through a lot, and so has the men. So I don't want to excuse men. They've been through a lot too. So you might see us shaking a little bit, a little bit off.
And a lot of it is also a product of your environment, like how you were raised, so sometimes, for some women, they didn't get to see a lot of feminine energy, or feminine
or
energy, but just the softness portrayed in a home to see that balance. So if you didn't grow up with that example of knowing what it looks like, feel like, tastes like, then and this goes for men, they didn't grow up with a father in the home. This goes for women that didn't grow up with a mother or a father in the home. You didn't get to see that yin and yang unless you had your grandparents, or you had an aunt and uncle that demonstrated that. But sometimes we're both out here trying to figure out what that balance looks like for us. And you bringing in wounds with that, So if you saw mom had to boss up and this is what she do and how she roll, and she had to be aggressive and a little bit assertive because she was raising 5 boys, this is what, and maybe one girl, this is what the girl saw, like seeing her mom boss up, like this is how it rolls. And if mom, auntie, or grandma never, had that talk with her or show that, like, what you know until you know better. And again, that's all about getting to know yourself and how sometimes your relationships don't work out. You got to learn from and adjust. So it's all in, what you say. I didn't see it. I had to learn.
I'm quite sure Jimmy and Anthony can relate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
Jimmy and Anthony can
relate, but me,
What I'm related to.
I'm saying, well, I'm going to a different topic. Relate, meaning men go through a lot as well. We just don't show it the way that women do. And a lot of people think that, and I think a lot of women have a tendency not to know that we have an emotional side as well. Mm-hmm. We just reserve with our emotions. Not that we're not, we don't care anything of that nature. It's just that we don't let things bother us to a sense where we explode. In a sense. Now there are some men that do explode. Don't get me wrong, but we have a reservedness to us because it's considered a sign of weakness. I heard Jimmy mention it several times before. Sign of weakness if we do show that we can't control, our household, or we can't, provide and things of that nature. But I think some women take it for granted that if we don't show it, then that means we don't really care, or we're not passionate about their feelings and things of that nature. And I just want to let the women know that's not true. We just have a different way of expressing it. So Jimmy, if you can elaborate.
You hit the nail on the head right there, brother. Men go through so much and nobody even knows it, to be honest with you.
You're right.
We hold so much in because we have to be that, and that's what y'all looking for in the first place. You know what I'm saying? If a guy was all out emotional all the time, that's not the guy you want. That's not the guy you're gonna even be looking for, and you're gonna shun that man anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just natural. But
you said what, Jimmy? Say that last part again. Say that last part.
I said we get shunned anyway, no matter what we do. You know what I'm saying? And definitely if we're emotional, we're definitely out the picture. You know what I mean? So, like he was saying, we try to we try to play our role the best way we know how as men. And to be honest, like I said before, we stay in our masculine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And nobody even knows it. You know, like they think that if we yell out loud or do this and that, whatever, that we're being emotional in our feminine energy. I don't know what that is, but we're always men. We're always holding things in. We're always looking things forward. We're always seeing the better picture of things. That's why we don't act out the way we act. We could, you know what I mean? And that's why we know when men are talking to men, we know it could be a problem. It could be to life or death when men get too masculine with each other. You know what I mean? So when we see that masculine come out of a female, it's kind of like we don't know what to do in that situation, because it's like we know we're supposed to protect you, but you're acting like a man right now, which has affected me. You know what I mean? Which makes us act out even more masculine, and we don't really want to do it. So we try our hardest to try to explain to you, like, can we just like mellow it down a little bit? You know what I mean? And I know everybody's using masculine and feminine a lot, which they shouldn't, because things are different at your moods or whatever it may be. But it's just like, since that's what the words are, we're saying it, we try to say, just calm it down. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Just calm it down a little bit, so it won't get out of hand, and so we can actually understand each other. Because that's what we're missing, is understanding between the two of us. Right. And if we get aggressive with each other, nobody's gonna understand anything.
But
so
because it's hard to it's hard to control the environment when it's like that. It's hard to control the environment. Like you said, somebody mentioned before, when you're gonna be the man to control the environment, where it's kind of hard to control the environment when the female energy is matching your energy, or
It doesn't
when
go
it's,
together.
way over your energy, it doesn't go. So it's kind of hard to control that environment. Sometimes you just have to let it. Again, I would say let it just reserve, just stay back and just let it die down.
Let me say this real quick. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to add for us women and for men too as well, is to learn a little bit more about ourselves, our roles, and also know how each other tick. And yes, like if our voices get a little bit louder, of course, we may not be perfect at first, and it takes a while to discipline yourself, but learn how men are. So like you learn to kind of like control, what was that? Like your tongue is a sword. So you work to discipline your mouth, from the things that you say or the
Right.
volume that you use it as, because we're not here to, the men are our mates. Natural. Now that's natural. You are our mates. So we need to learn how to not destroy you, because you really are good for
Be
us.
compatible.
Be compatible, right? And so it may get haywire every now and then because we're learning to discipline how we do what we do. But yes, I think that's what we need to get to, is that he needs to hear our house is his haven. And
Right.
until we understand that man walks into the house, and we have to create heaven for him. And in order to create heaven, we do have to watch the tone of our whole environment. The tone, so that we can help, baby, we're not here to destroy you. We're here to help you. And he has to do the same thing to us. It's perfect sounding, but it's work to do. Real
Right.
work.
I have it's more of a rhetorical question, just to provoke thought. But so as we encounter people of the opposite sex, whether we are dating or whatever our intention is, the goal is the goal to seek a partner who will just allow you to be whatever that is in that moment, whether it be emotional, assertive, aggressive, whatever that is that the ultimate goal as you seek to partner yourself with the opposite sex?
Right. Let me say this. I think the problem we having, we're still trying to redefine things and do it our way. But let's talk about nature for a second. I was looking at this thing on television with lions, and the king lion and the lioness, they have a job. And the funny thing is, naturally, they don't talk and say, okay, we're supposed to do this. I expect this of you. They automatically do what nature tells them what they should be doing. Every animal does this except for us. And we try, I think, to me, my thing is, I still keep hearing what y'all say, what we have to be, or what you want us to be, instead of just naturally just being ourselves. Why is it that everything else can naturally fall in line and do what it's supposed to do, but then when it comes to us, and the man's supposed to be the leader, y'all telling us that we have to meet these certain requirements, and I don't hear men saying those. We don't ask y'all to be masculine. Dudes don't say that. We don't even think that. We don't need it because we already got that. We need y'all to balance us out. And I feel like we can redefine everything all we want to, but nature is natural. And that's why there's this friction, because we're trying to force something else to be something else. And it's not, to my personal opinion. Just be what you are. You are a woman, I am a man. I'm supposed to operate in a certain way. You're supposed to operate in a certain way. And even within a company, you can't say, well, I don't know which role you're going to be. Well, you need to be that. No, each person has a role. And it works like clockwork if each person plays that role. We can't redefine it. And again, I still think that's why we're struggling with these relationships, because we're trying to force something that's naturally how God intended for it to be, and it's not happening to me.
So I have a question, Anthony. Can you be more specific about what it is that you said women are trying to force upon men? You said men don't ask women to be masculine. So what is it that women are specifically asking you to do that's not natural?
Great question. Perfect example. Daniel just said in the very beginning, about man being feminine and having a feminine energy in the bedroom. We don't say that. We don't ask for a woman to have masculine energy in the bedroom. We don't want that. We want you to be a female. We got the testosterone. We want you to balance us out. That's why there's friction. That's why I said testosterone and both don't mix. Masculine is not going to mix. You have to bring that down. We have to be contained because our masculine energy is so dangerous. We get ourselves in trouble all the time. That's what we need y'all for.
Right,
but if you try to be the same thing we be, it's not. When Jim said last week, I never thought about it, but he's right. It's not going to work. When you see somebody else get aggressive, you're going to automatically get aggressive. But if someone is getting aggressive, you're talking nice, that what they're doing ain't working, you're going to bring them down. That's what y'all there for.
But Anthony, specifics. I'm asking for specifics. Like you're saying, what is it that we're asking you to be? You saying you're still using the term feminine energy or being feminine. What is it specifically that women are asking men to be and do that's not natural to men?
We have to use so many different soft ways in order to cater to you. But then
be specific. Soft and what? Be specific. What do you mean?
Just opening up. It's so hard for a man to even open and just talk. You don't talk to me. By nature, we're not talkers. But we have to meet y'all there because it's the only way y'all see. We don't. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all ask us, and we know how the arguments go. It's never different. You ask us to meet y'all there because y'all have a problem. We're not communicating with you enough, but we don't ask you the same thing. That's what I'm saying. To me, most of the time, when the arguments, it's really always one-sided, and that's why when Danielle said that she asked for a man to be feminine in the bedroom, when I asked and reversed it about a man being feminine, well, I think the first was about a woman being masculine, but I asked about a man being feminine. Y'all both said that I don't really see that.
And I guess we were just trying to use the terms because staying in line with the topic, of what is defined or what most define that energy as being. I don't personally see myself as being masculine in the bedroom. It's just, it depends on the vibe and the energy that it can be more assertive based, piggybacking on Danielle. But you've mentioned several times in these two past shows that men don't ask women to be certain things or to do certain things, but women are asking men to be feminine. I'm asking for specific instances, and you just mentioned,
Well, I can give you one.
Well, no, I was right. Okay, because I was asking for a specific.
Wait a minute. But within the conversation, that's an example because we still didn't say. We even got to the men. We still didn't really say that. We said nothing about you guys even meeting the feminine, but you guys did. That's my example.
And so your example pointed out that even with communicating. So, and I guess, and this is really just asking for understanding. You saying that women want you all to communicate and listen, and either way, you still feel like you're going to lose. So if we're not communicating and expressing, to try to have an understanding, I guess I'm just confused. I'm confused on how we're supposed to get to an understanding.
Communication is part of everything. No matter what you do, you have to have communication. I don't care what it is, a job or anything.
Okay.
Right. So let's get a part of the way. But the way we have to communicate, now you want to communicate your way. We don't ask y'all to communicate our way.
So explain the two different ways.
It's just nature. We just communicate the way that we are. My point is, we don't ask you guys to do that like y'all ask us to do that. Am I right, Jimmy?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect example. I want to get the example. Let's take the communication out of it. And you guys know this. Let's not cap on this. Let's be truthful. When it comes to what you want in a man, how many boxes do we have, how many boxes do you have for us to check off compared to a man's check off list with a woman?
Yeah.
I just think it depends on the person.
No.
I'm not. No, it's not capping. It changed. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Danielle.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I think men also have a checklist. They just not be as outwardly expressive with their checklist.
Right.
And I was going to mention that I'm not saying I'm capping. Women do have checklists, but those also change as you grow and have growth and as you go through life.
Mature,
So
absolutely.
I may have had some interesting expectations, you know, when I look back on dating before or getting married before versus what I have now, you know, versus what I may need and require, because things have changed. Like I didn't need, want, and desire the same thing in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, you know. So as you change and progress in life, you know, what you need, require, and desire changes, because now you have a better understanding, hopefully with growth and maturity. So there are,
But
I'm
what
sorry.
Jimmy is saying is we can have a checklist,
Because you do.
and if you don't meet that checklist, it can be okay. It can be okay with us. For a female, if they have a checklist and we don't meet certain things, now they withholding the cooking from us. They're not gonna cook no more. You're on your own with doing this. It's like, So if I don't check off these things on the checklist, now I'm considered not a man now. I haven't met your qualification of being a man.
And to be
But
honest with you
because
guys,
you haven't, and the same thing
I'm
with
still
men.
confused.
With men,
listen, to be honest with y'all, as a man,
It's
I don't feel like
stereotyping.
in society, I don't feel
No.
like we value.
Yeah.
I feel like we have
Yeah.
no value to you guys at
no,
all.
where it's gonna be stereotype.
Wait a minute.
It's,
Go
I-
ahead.
it's gonna be stereotype because we all have. Every household is different. Every household.
Correct.
There's
But you just
Yes.
generalized every
no-
household.
Yeah,
And
like,
that was
I
what
feel like
was
we everybody.
gonna say.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
when we're speaking as a whole, we all are doing the same thing, regardless of what we say. It's all generalized. If you say something, everybody say something, it's different in somebody else's life.
Standards
than
and
it is in
checklists
your
are two
life.
different
So
things.
we have.
No,
Yeah.
and I think
How are they different?
No,
back
they're not.
so
They're not.
one thing that I have said multiple times is that we gotta be careful with these generalizations, because just because we had this experience with
What-
1, 2, 3 women throughout this period of our life doesn't mean that applies to every woman that you encounter.
Absolutely.
Listen
Right.
though,
So-
We just
here's-
speaking
We
from
get
opinion.
messed up when
We just speaking from
generalize
oneself.
these things. And
Right. So
one more
that's your
thing
truth,
before
not an
y'all
absolute
jump
truth.
in.
But here's, listen,
I would agree with Amber that your standards are your
Uh,
checklist.
Ask a lot of men.
but
I guarantee you
listen,
have.
And I
Listen
think
here.
just because they're men and we're women, and the different things apply
Right,
to
ask
men,
a lot of men.
and
You'll get a
different
totally
things
different
apply to women. And I've heard men state, not a lot, but I've heard a few men state, like, for example, that they're not looking, when they're comfortable with their own selves, you feel good about what you've achieved, you're good with you. They're not even, when they pick a woman, of course they want certain things, like they don't want her to be trifling, they want her to be clean. Of course, she cleans her house and those minor little things that women do.
Right.
But they don't look for her income. That means absolutely nothing to a man at all. Not at all. Once more, taking it back to when he feels good about himself, when he's comfortable about himself, where he's at in life, he doesn't necessarily need that from the woman. But then a woman also, we come from security, you know, like in the sense of being provided for, not because we choose to, but because it's innate to us. So there's certain things we might be looking for, but not necessarily saying he's got to make X, Y, Z. It may be that treatment may be the foundation to everything. Like, how do you treat me? If you treat me like gold, then we can work on all the other
anything
things
you.
together.
Yes.
Treatment is the number one for myself, and keeping it 100, keeping it like, that's all a part of that treatment.
but
You know, that's
Oh
all.
yeah.
That's all a
Oh, yeah.
part of that.
I think there's some things that, as far as by nature, we are male and female. But I think that the problem is when we get together, because of our past experiences and bad, when you meet that next person, you try to alter that to your reality according to what you experience. But by nature, there's certain things we're supposed to be doing. You just try to alter it where it fits comfortable for you. But and still at the same time, I still
Freeze.
That's crazy.
Bro.
That was a long pause.
Huh?
I was
That was a long pause, Anthony. We
They
didn't
ain't
get
gonna
it
say
all.
nothing no more.
You were gone for a minute.
back
You
to
paused
what
for
you
it.
were
You were like,
It didn't like where you were going.
Yeah.
Well, no, probably,
You-
Come
you
on.
first was
listen,
like,
the system was probably made by a female to keep it real.
Wow. Wow. It's the projecting for me.
And you know what, Faith, you keep me right. You keep me right. But no, really, though, I just think that by nature, so we're doing certain things that because our past experiences, what we experience with different people and relationships, that mold us to who we are. But just because you might be in a bad place and had a bad experiences, don't mean you should apply it to that new person. You just got to figure out what to
Exactly.
use. But I think that no matter what you go through, find a way to use it positively, and don't let the negative affect that person because of what you experienced with somebody else.
I totally agree to that. I want to add on to that
that's
real
the
quick.
worst.
I
That's
think
the
that's
worst.
why it's important to have the healing process after the relationship. And that comes back to how do you feel about yourself? Heal. But what do some people do? They get out of the relationship and you have this short period of time. You did no self-analyzation at all. You want to be ready to get back into the stream of things and find somebody else with your same madness that you had in your last relationship. And it's just, it's insane. So we wonder why things are not getting progressive from this person to this person to this person to that person. And we have 30 people on our damn belt and you can't figure out that maybe we need to take a moment. Take some damn time. Evaluate it. Because if it's
Well,
not,
you know, decent.
Go ahead, break it down, Eric.
You know, some people have those microwave healings instead of those crock pot healings. Some people be like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready now. I'm ready for a relationship now. I've been out
They
for 2
might
weeks,
truly be
so I'm
ready.
ready. I'm ready to jump into it."
I like that.
Do everybody leave out a relationship
microwave
broken?
Microwave is a
healings.
crock pot.
And we
I
all
like
broke?
it.
Huh? Well, no,
I probably was a little bit.
no, but it
You ain't broke after every
well,
relationship.
I think-
Sometimes you
Right,
are
we making
broke.
generalizations. We don't always need to heal. Y'all just wasn't a good match, and y'all, did a little bit before you,
See, that's how y'all
separated.
live.
We
That's how y'all live. When y'all good, y'all good. Y'all don't care. That's a feminine thing.
we made a decision together.
Look, everybody,
We
you
be hurt.
like I said, you don't need to heal from everything. Some of you just listen.
I'm good. Actually, I'm
The
good.
healing is
I knew
leaving.
that wasn't
But
right.
you
I
know what?
got
The
myself
healing
into
also could
that.
be spiritual
Shit.
healing as well as physical healing. If we're having, and
But
I hate to touch this, I hate, but I'm just saying, if we don't count how many's on the post anymore. How many? You remember back in like high school when you do how
Well,
many?
Marvin Gaye said we also need sexual healing. So I mean,
But I'm saying in a sense of even
Yeah.
the cleansing, like if you with one person, take some time and
Cleansing.
cleanse. So it's like it's not just all on the physical dealing with the person, but it's also like on the spiritual note. I had intimacy with this person. Give myself some time. Let me just total cleanse out before you get into the next rest. Because sometimes a lot of women do want to get married. Let's just say that some women, a lot of
That's
people
it,
want to get
Felicia.
married. Go ahead, Eric.
I'm sorry, I just got.
No,
I'm sorry.
go. You're
Sorry.
good.
That's it. I was just waiting for you to finish.
On the screen.
But Felicia just said it. Self-evaluation. That's the best type of healing you can have. It's not getting over what the person did to you and tormented you and things of that nature, what you couldn't stand about the person. It's how can you control self, in a time of turbulence. How can you keep on your seatbelt whenever somebody start roaring, whenever things start getting out of control? There's turbulence.
And don't
in the
get so
atmosphere.
defensive when someone's telling the
But
truth.
That's the best, right? That's the best type of healing is self-evaluation. When you start working on self, you can now open up and not saying that there's not going to be trials and tribulation that come your way, because there's still going to be trials and tribulation. I don't care how much healing you do. But you have better control of self and know how to respond in a positive light versus in a negative light. But spot on, Felicia.
Go ahead on, Katisha.
So I wanted to mention something. And again, this is, on topic. Men seem to have an understanding that women are emotional beings. And that is undeniable. It is by design.
Yeah.
We're nurture, where we create life. We help bring life into the world. I want to say create, because we have to have help in creation, but we help bring life into the world. And as women, as we get older, we know and understand that we're supposed to be his peace. Home is supposed to be his escape from the world. And again, that comes with growth, that comes with maturity.
Hold on. Let me highlight you because I like what you're saying. Hold on. Okay, you go.
Okay. But because we know we're supposed to be his peace, and he knows we're supposed to have, and the man knows that women are emotional beings. In order to be his peace, I need him to understand, have emotional deposit is what I'm trying to say. Women are emotional beings. I am more likely to be in tune with being his peace if he can understand me. And I'm not asking him to be emotional, but having that yin and yang to make those emotional deposits. It could be listening to what I have to say. It could be the touch. It could be the smile. It could be, hey, let me help you do this. Like picking up on when she's had a bad, because I'm supposed to pick up when you have a bad day, pick up when she's had a bad day. You know, like, okay, you know what? Sit down, chill. Let me order versus you cook. Those small things are emotional deposits.
So being passionate.
And being in tune to your partner. You know, I'm supposed to know what it is to be his peace. I can be his peace when he's being, I'm not saying being mine, but making those emotional deposits. You know, that if men get that, oh my God.
Right.
You know, I'm serious.
Listen, do y'all agree with ladies? What she's saying? Because
yes, absolutely. Yes, I agree with her.
Listen, watch this now. Watch this.
Ahead.
Guys, what y'all? What do we require? What are you asking, Jimmy? What do you need from a woman? Can't hear you.
You on mute.
You muted, baby. You muted.
You mute.
To be feminine and peace. I don't ask for a lot. I can deal with the rest. I'm a grown man. I'll figure it out.
I just want respect.
Well, that's part of my peace.
I just want support.
That is a part of the peace.
Respect.
Yes.
Have you noticed how simple what we just said? And we never said that y'all had to repeat what we said. We just want to be simple.
I don't know
You
that
had to
that's
deposit.
simple.
Not simple, it's just different.
Well,
It's just
respect.
different.
I
just
think
require
y'all
different
just taking.
things.
So,
And that's okay.
here's what I'm saying.
No,
Y'all
I'm saying is we were.
Y'all asking us to be something that you
No,
want
we're
to
not.
to meet you. You're not asking us to meet you anywhere.
Are you?
To meet
Aren't
you
you
halfway
asking us
because-
to meet you? You want us to be your
What
peace
she's saying
and
is to be
support and
considerate.
understanding. It's just being considerate.
But
It's
listen,
to
A
give
safe
you what
space.
you need. It's a yin and yang. Again, it's that balance. You don't. It seems like that.
respect
escapes
is
you.
not a standard. You should
should
respect
be.
everybody. They
Like
should
you
respect
saying-
everybody.
Respect should be a given. Just
Yeah,
regardless.
everybody. We should.
That's
I
a
should
requirement.
respect you. Respect me.
No,
So then why is it on your list?
Huh?
don't think
I just said it.
that's
It's on my list.
true.
Respect. That's the only thing I
Why
said.
is it on?
So it shouldn't
Why
be
is it on your list if it's the
It's
bare
just
minimum for
a
everybody?
given.
I thought it was
That's
on
You
my
want her
list.
to honor
for
you?
everybody.
Is that what you
It
mean?
doesn't need to be
But see,
on
what I'm
your
saying is
list
that
for a woman.
y'all are asking.
Are we talking about a
It-
relationship?
it's not the same thing. That's what I'm saying. That y'all, we listen to you guys, but when it's reverse, it's only you only want to hear it the way you want to hear it. We have to give it to you the way you want it, or it's not. You're not accepting it.
Do you hear yourself?
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's
But-
anything
but-
wrong with that being the case. You're not gonna go and talk to your boss or a CEO of a company or somebody you're trying to get something from any kind of way. If you go to the Shark Tank, you have something to offer them, they have something to offer you, and it's gonna be a mutual understanding that you're gonna be kind and respectful because you want something. It's a transaction. You want something from me, I want this from you.
And Anthony, all I was saying is
But it
it's
shouldn't be a
not
tit
that
for
women
tat.
need you
It's
to.
not a tit for tat type relationship.
No,
It's
it's
not-
not.
If a job, you work a job and you get a check. Everything is a give and
No,
take.
but a relationship is not a tit for tat. Okay, how you look at it, it's not a tit for tat. That's even
I was
even
thinking-
biblical. If you know what the
Can I
Bible said,
just say
it's
something?
not a
That's
tit
what
for
I'm saying.
tat
I'm
relationship.
like, are we talking about a relationship? Because if you're already in a relationship, there should be an automatic respect, no matter what. That's why you're in a relationship anyway. So I don't understand why you have to respect.
Not because you didn't
respect it
check the box.
Your role is to be.
Right.
Your role is to know your man, be his feminine piece. Not, oh, you need to deposit this for me to do this. No, y'all should play your roles regardless.
Right, exactly.
So what's
What
your
about the role
role
that you're
in
supposed to
creating
play?
Play
us?
a piece based off of the deposits that you've made over the course of the
Why are you in a
relationship,
relationship
whether
in
that
the
be
first
the
place?
dating process, the courting process, all of those are deposits.
Yes,
into
those
what
are
becomes
emotional.
your relationship.
Exactly.
What are
Exactly.
your
Right.
roles?
What
Tell me
you
what
said,
your
More,
roles are. If those are our
Right.
roles, we should just play
More.
ours. What are yours?
More, this is what you said. You said, in order for me to be the piece, I need him to do this.
Listen,
So that's basically, I need you to do this
Yeah.
for me to be this.
Yeah.
Why can't we
And it
just be
shouldn't be that
this?
way.
Why don't you
Can
both
I
of us
say
just
something
be in
real
a
quick?
line?
That's what I'm saying.
And that's where I
Adisa.
was going. Let me just
Well-
say
well-
one thing. Oftentimes now, I work with a lot of couples, and I often explain to them relationships are like a dance. Oftentimes, when you are dancing, somebody has to. There's a person who takes the lead. You kind of got to be able to know when to go left, when to go right, any of that. If each one of you are trying to do the same thing at the same time, you're just stepping on each other's toes.
Right.
So
Right.
all of this is bringing us back to balance. So it is, over here I need this, over here I need this. Let's figure out how they mesh well together in that moment.
I think. Go ahead.
But,
We all have
Danielle,
needs, is what we're saying. We all have needs.
Danielle,
We're
you
not
gave a-
asking.
You gave
Go-
a
go-
great
go-
example
continue.
of dancing. If you really research a lot of different dances, guess who's leading?
The man.
The male.
All
Yeah,
the time.
right,
Mhm.
right. So
I don't
basically,
What does that
think
have to
any
do
of
with
us
getting
are
if
paid?
we're
See,
not,
see, you
doesn't
know
have
one
to.
thing, y'all. You know one thing we missing. This is the problem about male and female energy. It's like you got this side saying this side saying this, and nobody's trying to meet in the middle. To me, that's what it seems, because we listen to y'all about what y'all need, but we tell you what we need, and then there's a problem with that. I'm just saying that naturally
I
who we
think
are.
all of us have
I'm just
said
saying naturally who we are.
some piece
by
of meeting
nature.
in the middle.
Just be what you are. If you're masculine, just be masculine. If you're feminine, just be. We're not asking y'all to be masculine, but y'all ask us to be feminine. That's all I'm saying.
But it
No,
We don't-
I
we
think
don't-
we're
we're not-
getting
Anthony,
confused.
I
We're
don't
not
know who
saying
you've
the
been
same
with.
thing.
Nobody's
Of
asking you to be
some sort.
feminine. I'm sorry. I just have to totally disagree. I'm sorry.
Just
Women, I don't know
In
what
order
women you've been with that's asking you to be feminine. What we're asking for, and if you just hold on, we're just asking you to listen. It's a need. Men express their needs. We're supposed to hear what you need, but it becomes a problem when we don't. And are you supposed to just figure out what it is that we need? Are you just supposed to? And this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. If you're dating and courting, you're supposed to be able to figure out what those emotional deposits. You're making those, and we're trying to say this is what helps us tick. We know what you keep saying. You don't tell us what you need. You want. We know that. You want respect, love, support, understanding. You need to for us to be your peace, because out there, outside of the side of the door, the world is very hard on men, and especially Black men. So if you get the right woman that understands what she needs to be for you, it's probably because you have been what she needs. You're making those emotional deposits. You're understanding. You listen. You know when she's had a hard day. It's like Danielle said, the best analogy. It's a dance. We're not asking you to be feminine. We're not asking for a whole lot. It's just understanding each other, and you communicate your needs. I don't understand why it seems like it's such a, oh yeah, everybody wants this. Like, no, it's a generalization. Everybody has different needs. Respect looks different for each person. Support looks different for each man. Peace looks different for each man. So yes, you do tell us what it is you need, or we won't know.
Right.
Are you looking for partnership or slavery?
All we're saying is when those deposits are not made, that doesn't mean that the love stops, because it said love unconditionally. So we have to understand, if we don't meet some of those, if we don't meet some of those things, because a lot of time a husband can be the best husband or in a relationship, the man can be the best he can be. If we're not something that she wants us to be, then it becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. But I can be the best version I can be instead of appreciating where that person is and all that person has done. So what, that person haven't never cooked a meal before. You can't ask him to cook all week because that may not be him. He's been the best version he can be by going out there working and doing the yard work or whatever it is that he's doing in that household, because every household is different. But all I'm saying is, most male, if you don't check those boxes off that we require, we still gonna love unconditionally. I still love you, but we don't.
It's the
check
box
those
we
boxes
check.
out. It's
the
like
box
we're
checking
meeting
before the
those-
relationship, or
No, throughout the relationship, because it can be something different every day. It can be something different
You know
every
what?
day. If I don't get this today, then I got a problem with you. But it shouldn't be that
Can I
way.
say something?
But yeah, go ahead, Faith.
I think that you are making this very, very specific when every person and every relationship at different times are all different. And I think we're
No,
focusing
Faith,
on maybe
we
one
all are
instance or an
talking
experience.
generalization. We
But-
all are talking generalization.
I was thinking
what I'm
Nobody here is
saying-
saying, nobody here has 100% positive, this is the way it is. We all are speaking from opinion and from our take on life as a whole. So let's just throw that generalization out, because not one person on this panel can't say you haven't spoken in generalization.
And what I'm saying is, I don't want us to make generalizations truth and then speak on them as if they are definite. These are all circumstantial, and it's not the situation or the truth for everybody. That may be what you've seen with your history, but somebody in a completely different environment will see something different. I'll give you a prime example.
Right.
My mom always raised us on the Bible. One verse that she capitalized on was, you do not withhold from your husband. Your body is his body.
Right.
Now, somebody else may
Right.
say, oh no, my wife holds out all the time. From young, my mom instilled that in me and my sisters, like, you don't withhold. That might be something completely different from what you've experienced or somebody else's experience. But at the end of the day, their experiences, and you can't make that the truth for somebody else. I'm sorry if there are some people out there that are making you check boxes even while you're in a relationship and jump through hoops, but that's not natural.
Shit.
That's not the design,
No.
and that's not everybody. That's
We
all I'm
just saying
saying.
as a whole. We just saying as a whole.
Right, and we can't talk
As a
about it as a
whole,
whole
listen to
because
what we're
it's
saying.
that's not the.
Well, we
that's-
have to.
Now,
We-
here's the
we don't
thing.
talk
Here's the
about
thing.
that.
I think why not in relationships? This is something we could start playing with or entertain a little bit in our heads. A lot of things that are asked from both parties is when you're in a relationship, and I want to trigger this to make commitments with the person that you're with. So, for example, in some organized areas, a man commits to his girlfriend or whatever within 6 weeks, 6 months. Sometimes they ask her to marry them. So where I'm going with this is when he makes a commitment to that woman that he's only known 6 weeks to 6 months, they grow together. They find out what they don't like, but the difference is they're not running away from each other, breaking up, and because they're married, right? So they have to learn their idiosyncrasies, what they don't like about each other, or what they're trying to work with each other, and they're in a process, an actual process of trying to come to peace with each other. But most often when you're in a relationship, there's no committal form. We say we boyfriend and we girlfriend, but really ultimately, you can bounce. So of course you're not putting that type of energy all the time to seeing what's great for her, what's great for him. How do we make these things? How do we put our finances together? How do we grow our family? How do we get land? How do we do this? How do we build our business? How do we get, because you're not really in a unified relationship. But I think we should work on, instead of talking about relationships as our norm, how about we start kind of talking about uniting in marriages as a norm. So then it would become all of the things we don't like. We're actually talking to our husbands and we're growing. You know what I mean? We're growing together and trying to fix things.
Faith, I can read your face. Go ahead.
But again, you're making generalizations about every situation with people. People date different. I know of a couple, they decided they were getting married. So every month they would have a dinner specifically to talk about their marriage, how many kids they wanted, whether they wanted their parents to ever live with them. They use their dating to be intentional. So we're talking about, you're saying something and making it like the majority, but we don't have any statistics or anything to back that up. So I'm just, all I'm saying is like, I'm sorry, let me just say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
When it comes to us loving each other, if me and you are in a relationship and I tell you I love chocolate ice cream and you love vanilla ice cream, I'm not bringing you chocolate ice cream. We take the time to get to know the person, to love them how they want to be loved. Because if I want a cat and you bring me a dog, you didn't do that for me. You did that for you. So I think that people think that love is just supposed to be this easy thing that happens. And it's a decision that you make. It's a decision that you make to put somebody first, to consider someone as much as you consider yourself. And if two people are considering the other person more than then nobody's going to be lacking. But at the end of the day, like, yes, I need you to do something for me. Yes, you need me to do something for you. And I'm going to do it how you like it because I care for you. I'm not just saying it.
Anthony, though,
I'm lying?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're definitely not lying. Anthony, I'd like to say, but women and men, in my opinion, do not see love the same way. Sometimes women get emotional connected quicker than men. Men may commit to, listen, I've seen men factually commit in organized agencies, in organized places. Many people underneath this same different structures, men can commit to a woman and make her his wife without love being there yet. But because those organized structures say the purpose is to build family. It's to build families. Now, and a man said, we grow to love you. Whereas we might love you, but a man will grow to love you. So it's like, if we're waiting for the man to, like, they're not on our same operative field. You're not operating the same way. They're not supposed to be. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's a man that wants to commit, he wants to have family, he knows what he wants, he'll get with you because he sees that this is a person that can be in my life, that can fit this way, and we can grow together. But love is not the equation. He knows that he'll come to love.
You know, though, I feel like because this dating stuff, I just feel like we make it way more complicated than what it is. If everyone just relax, just be who you be. Let him be the man, and she be the woman. And I just think we're making it way too complicated. It's really not that complicated. That's why I asked you guys about us, because we're very simple. But that's just my opinion. I just think we're not that complicated, but I just think we make the whole relationship stuff. And I think look at how many people are single, they just struggle.
I just want to say one last thing, because I know we press for time. I think it goes all back to what I say on most shows. It's communication. It's taking time to get to know the person that you are dating and courting, to get the understanding of what that specific person needs and requires, because that will tell you and give you an idea of how to love them, what works for them, what is their love language, not your love language, and give you an idea to see that what the last, lady or gentleman, how it operated in that relationship, it may not be applicable to this one. So we can't bring everything that we know and think it's going to fit cookie cutter, because that happens quite often, and which is why sometimes women feel like they need to express what they need specifically, because what's happening and taking place may not be necessarily what's working. It's communication. You take the time to get to know who you sleeping with, who you plan to make a life with. Because without that, the continuing on not understanding what each other's need is going to go into these marriages and what a turmoil is. Because not all people say relationships supposed to be 50-50. It's not 50-50 all the time. Sometimes I may be giving 80 and he's giving 20 because of whatever it is. And then vice versa. It could be some weeks he's giving 80% into it and I'm giving 20 because of whatever it is I'm going through. But if you understand that's how it goes, the balance and the having the understanding, then that's what works for you. The problem becomes when, if the man feels like he's always giving 80, he's only getting the 20 that he needs, or vice versa. But again, getting to know who you with, and we've all had experiences.
Katisha, that's only the start. And I agree totally with you as far as get to know them, but that's only the start of a relationship. Once you get into the relationship, there's all kinds of things that come from all different ways and things of that nature. So
I would agree.
But when you get, like you said, when you get to know them, you know what ticks them off and what don't tick them off. Things of that nature. You know how far to push this person, how far not to push this person. But instead, again, that comes with trial and tribulation. That person is going to push you. That person is going to come at you totally different. But hold on, this is not what you showed me in the beginning. Or because I can go through a whole list, from previous where the person said this in the beginning, but it was totally different once you got inside of the relationship. So I think it's just a continual, effectively communication.
Yes,
I want to add that word.
100. I 100% agree.
Sometimes we can communicate, but it's not effective. It's not understood where the other person received it. They heard it, but they didn't understand it. So I agree totally with you.
I totally agree with that.
So before we close out, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I just want to give everyone last word. Let's start with Deezer, and then we'll go through. Everyone can have the last. So Deezer, wrap it up.
Are you eating popcorn?
I'm chewing some. Listen, some bubble yum.
I didn't know if that was the leftover Christmas popcorn that you were chewing on.
Oh, if you chewing bubble yum, I know it was something that made your mouth go wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an old school gum right there.
That's right. All right, Deezer, what you got?
Already gone. He just put it in his mouth.
What's your last word for this masculine and feminine energy?
Just try to balance each other out the best way that you possibly can. Just when it comes to the masculine energy, and women, just try to keep our emotions down at bay when dealing with our other halves. And men, well, learn a woman a little bit more, just maybe speak a little bit softer to her, but yeah, we just have to learn each other. That's all it is. And if you can't learn each other, damn sure learn yourself.
Cool. Katisha?
Mutual respect, mutual understanding. For the man, be her safe place, and for the women, be his peace.
Cool. Miss Faith, what you got? Can't hear you.
My mic. Seek understanding. Seek to understand the person that you're with, the person that you're communicating with, whether it's a significant other, a friend, a coworker. You made a decision to be within that space, and let's just respect each other as human beings. Seek to understand the other person and their perspective, and I think that will impact every relationship.
Cool. Jimmy, what you got?
Just use everything you have wisely. We all grown. We know what to do. Just, look at yourself, fix yourself, be yourself. Innocent.
Cool. Eric, last remarks.
Just just know that masculine and feminine is not about what society says, but it's about the relationship of who you're with. Get to know that person and get to know their strengths and their weakness, but love unconditionally no matter what. Because to me, looking at masculine and feminine is like light and darkness. We all need our rest, but when the sun come up, it's that energy. So learn how to be compatible with one another and complement one another in a respectful way.
Cool. All right, you guys, we're in the show. We kind of went over topic, but hey, it happens sometimes. Let's bring the glasses up. So to close it out, I think at the end of the day, we all have our own.
We got the same color, Katisha. I'm sorry.
Tell me she got Kool-Aid too. She ain't got a real thing. She ain't got a real deal, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
she
know
got
you ain't got the real deal.
Mango tea.
That's people's kind
But you guys, no matter what, we all got differences. The main thing is trying to meet each other halfway and listen to one another. Let's make today better than yesterday and tomorrow better than today. Stay positive. Always stay positive. Always try to do the right thing. Other than that, I'm signing off.
Good night.
Good night. Y'all have a good night.